I am a native Brocktonian. I am a proud and active member of this community. I am aware of all the benefits of living in a diverse community like Brockton. Its award-winning music department, excellent athletics program, as well as the vast services available for special education and talented and gifted. But all that comes secondary to the safety of my family. I refuse to leave my children's safety up to chance, luck, or being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Statistics mean little. The proof is in the pudding. We are currently standing at the site of one of the most recent murders. On the other side of this playground is my home. So my question to you is this. What would you tell me and parents like me with real and justifiable fears who are actively looking to relocate outside the city where the neighborhoods are safer and more child-friendly? Thank you.
Did you hear that, both of you?
And when I'm asked, what is the major challenge facing Brockton? And our sitting mayor's response was the perception of crime. That would never come out of my mouth. It would never be a part of my thinking. And so the point is, to that person is that I would never ignore the real challenges facing our city. That's not tearing the city down or being negative. But you can't solve the problems. You can't tackle them if you pretend like they do not exist. Yes, crime in Brockton is down. Crime in Massachusetts is down. And fortunately, we're on this trend in the Commonwealth where crime is down. But it's cyclical. Sometimes it goes up. The real question is, where is our city in that cycle of crime? And I can tell you where we are. Ranked by crimes, total crimes, Brockton is #1 per capita in all crimes in the Commonwealth. We outpace Boston and Worcester and Springfield. Ranked by violent crimes, Brockton is #2. This is the same report that Mr. Harrington has been quoting. Ranked by murders, Brockton is #1. Ranked by rapes, Brockton is #3. Ranked by robberies, Brockton is #3. Ranked by aggravated assaults, Brockton is #1. Ranked by burglaries, Brockton is #4. Ranked by larcenies, Brockton is #2. Ranked by motor vehicle thefts, Brockton is #1. Now, that's amazing. That is a sign that even as we are looking at reduced crime in the Commonwealth, Brockton is #1 through 4, and in most cases, #1 in all those categories. If that isn't an alarm bell that we are lacking leadership around this issue, then I don't know what is or what would wake people up to say we need new leadership, we need a change in direction immediately. And so crime is not a perception, it's real. And for that person who wants to stay in the city, and it kills me when I hear people say they want to leave, and they've invested so much of their lives in the city. But it hurts me to see those kinds of individuals wanting to leave our city because of the total neglect on the part of the leadership in our city to deal with the most pressing issues. This mayor and his campaign has spent so much energy attacking me personally and who I am. If you pour the same amount of energy in attacking problems,
I appreciate the applause, but you took time away from your candidate. You didn't let him finish his statement. Mr. Harrington.
Yeah, first of all, I think it's really interesting. This is a really interesting point. I'm kind of glad it came up. We have been talking about, my opponent and I. We both. I see you guys' report. I have the back of my folder. I'll waive it. We're both talking about this report, and the issue is that we both see this report very differently. It's amazing how different we do see it. Overall crime is not only down 11% in Brockton, but with along with Brookline, it's the largest decrease in crime in any community in the state. My opponent states that crime is down, and statewide he's correct. It's down 1%. However, the report also states that 48% of the major cities have reported an increase in crime. Worcester's up 11%, Cambridge is up 11%, Quincy's up 10%, and Revere's up 12%, just to name a few. And he knows that. Governor Patrick, who's a lot more astute than my opponent, asked at the meeting why some communities were down and some were up. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the key question. Communities that showed a decrease talked about the programs that they had put in place. When Chief Conlon spoke about Brockton, he spoke about our use about the Shannon grant monies. He explained how our progress was tracking the top 200 repeat offenders, or those identified as at-risk youth, through the schools, the courts, probation, and parole. A program my opponent says he's going to institute if he's elected, and we've been running it for 18 months. The key to this program is that we have a path to follow with a fork in the road. Those who want to go to jail, or even worse, follow one road. Those who want a chance are given an opportunity to get their GED and get a job. One or two things are happening here. Either my opponent doesn't understand how to analyze the information, or he's withholding it for political gain at the expense of our community.
What we'll do is we'll post this report on my website. We'll have it up tonight, jstewart.com, and you can look at the report yourself. The data here tells me that crime has decreased overall with cities that have a population of 50,000 individuals or more, and crime has increased in cities with populations of 50,000 and fewer. So Brockton and those other cities that Mr. Harrington named have witnessed a decrease in crime, yet Brockton is still number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in those major categories. So that speaks volumes again about what is not being done. Concerning the core offenders, talk about hypocrisy. I mentioned, and in fact, this has been in my campaign since 2005. I said one important strategy to reduce crime is to go after the repeat offenders, the 65 people who commit 20% of the crime. And that's not, that's data that's been out there that other cities have been following. Now this mayor hosted, orchestrated, coordinated a fake news conference with the police with several individual police officers to back him, which first of all was an ethical violation at best, and criticized the idea that I wanted to go after these repeat offenders who commit a large number of crimes in the city. And then after the preliminary election, his tactic was, oh, well, Mr. Stewart, we're doing that already, so you want to offer something that's already been done. Again, we need someone who's looking at the latest information, who's committed to working full-time and overtime for you to deal with these pressing issues. Someone who's not going to bring dirty industries to Brockton, who's going to set a poor example of how to campaign by attacking someone personally. We need someone who's going to spend their energy on solutions. It's not that complicated. You reap what you sow. And if you reap very little or negative things, it boomerangs back at you, and we all pay the price. And so let's stop paying the price. Let's get a leader in office who's going to do the job.
Let me just repeat this in case you didn't hear. I mean, he just said that crime in all those cities that I mentioned is down. I just told you, and you take out the report and look, that Worcester is up 11%. Cambridge is up 11%. Quincy is up 10%. Revere is up 12%. All cities over $50,000. When we're down 11%, that's over a 20% swing. And the reason is because we're getting measurable results with the tools that we're using to stop crime in the city. Is it fixed? Absolutely not. I know that, and you know that. Let me just say lastly, if anybody attacked anybody in this campaign, Mr. Stewart, it certainly wasn't me attacking you.